Hi, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. I love hearing from you and giving me your comments today. And if you have just found my video on the suggested side, please consider becoming a subscriber of mine and wait until the end and then give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Or better yet, give me a comment. I love reading your comments. In today's video, I'm going to be working with my Fashion Fever from the wig company. I purchased her back in January. I believe it was. And I have bathed her. This is my second bath since January. I have worn her 180 hours since February, the first week of February till now. I have been documenting in my journal every day that I wear her and for how many hours a day. So I'm up to 180 hours since the last bath that she's had. And she started, basically, she's a trooper. She really is a trooper. I can't say anything bad about her. It's just, it's the winter months. And you have the scarves and you have the bulky sweaters. And I'm constantly cold from the thyroid disease. So I'm always wearing things around my neck. And that's, wigs and things around the neck don't get along like that without showing some wear and tear. So here she is, Fashion Fever in the color K5027 or Strawberry Whip. She is a beautiful wig. I get nothing but compliments when I wear her because of her having a lace front, and the part is so real. It's actually there's parts of the part that is sparse. And in the beginning, I wasn't too keen about that. But then as I wore her, I realized it looks very natural to not have so much hair in your part. So, like I said, I've gotten many compliments from her. And this is the second wash. Now, I just washed her in cold water with the Brandywine solution that I have. I bought that when I first started wearing wigs. And I let her sit in there for a few minutes. And now she came out. And she needs a little bit of TLC. I've noticed that the sides right here on both of my, especially my left side, and I think I know why. When I drive my car right-handed, and this sits up on the window, and I'm always twirling it, and I think you can't be doing that often, and I do it a lot to my wigs, and I have to remember to stop doing that, and I think I just wore it to the point where it just started showing signs. Let me plug in my battery because it's saying my battery is low. All right. So I think that's what I've done to her. So what I'm doing to try and combat that is now I have another bucket. Let me show you. Another bucket of plain water. I put just a little scoop, literally a little scoop on my fingers in there, switched it around, and I'm going to let her sit in here. Now, because it is a silicone mix, I'm not going to let the lace front sit in there because that and knots don't get along. Another subscriber had told me that one time months ago, and I thanked her for that. So I'm just going to pat down the tendrils, the bottom tendrils into the silicone mix and let it sit for a few minutes. Now I'm going to edit this part out since now I know how to edit out. Yay. I'm going to edit out this section and I'll be back. And when I come back, I'll say, I'm back. So, bye, and I'll be back. Hi, I'm back. Okay. So I'm going to take my Fashion Fever out of the mixture, ever so gently wringing her. And when they come out of this, if you have not bought this Avanti solution, I'll show you I got it on Amazon. I can put the link below. I would highly recommend it. It has done wonders for my synthetic tendrils, I'll tell you. All right, let me move this bucket because it's an accident waiting to happen sitting up on my furniture. Okay, so drying her out. Okay, I got a tail there. Let me bring over chiffon here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise you up so that you can see what I'm doing here. And again, I'll probably edit this out. Okay, so there's my head. Here's Fashion Fever. And I'm just going to layer on here. Now, as you can see, it just needs a little bit of TLC. So I'm going to take my comb and just comb her a little bit. I mean, I know the wigs are not going to last forever. And like I said, this is one of my favorite wigs as of right now. I mean, I wear her a lot. Okay, so there she is. Now, the noise you hear in the background is my steamer firing up. I'm just going to wipe off some of the... Okay, put that on the floor. Okay, so here is my steam fast steamer. And I'm just going to steam the ends. Now, she is a wavy wig. She's not a poker straight wig. So I'm just going to steam the ends. Just a little bit. And I think I'm running out of water. All right. I'm going to put you on hold there. Turn this off. And I'm just going to start steaming her when my steam iron starts getting revved up again. It's not revved up yet. I'm going to steam the ends. And I don't know if you can see this. It's just, you know, I call it split ends. It's starting to get split ends. And like I said, I've had her since December. I started the wig journal February 7th of when I actually started keeping time. And from February 7th till now, which is March 10th, I've worn her 180 hours in that span. And I have not bathed her in that whole time till now. So I'm very pleased with the amount of wear I've gotten out of this wig. This wig normally sold for, I don't know if I have that down here, I'm sorry. Normally sold for, it's K5027 is the color. And I'm looking for her normal, I want to say the Fashion Fever is $150, thereabouts. And you can get her on sale for, a lot of times for $99. And I got her for half of that. Because of a coupon, and they had mailed me something because I had just bought the catwalk, so they mailed me a coupon for her. So I got her for like $49. And so for $49, I'm very happy with what I've purchased for that. And like I said, I've gotten so many compliments over the lace front. Now, she did not come with bangs. I did put bangs into her. I hear the dog coming up. So I did manipulate bangs into her, and just ever so lightly, just a little bit in the front, just to cover my high forehead. I just think it looks a little bit softer when I have a little bit of hair there to cover the harshness of my height of my forehead. And yet some of you think I don't have a high forehead. I just think I do. It is, I know, 4 fingers, and here's my 4 fingers, and my forehead still keeps going. So I do have a high forehead. I'm waiting for the steam. It's making some noise here. Okay, so I pardon the noise because you're probably picking that up in the phone. But anyway, okay. So recap: she's been soaking in the silicone mix for 5 minutes. The lace front has not been in the silicone mix for 5 minutes. I have my steam fast steamer ready to steam the ends that need a little bit of TLC, and that's where we're at now. So as soon as the steam starts, I'm going to take my brush, my paddle brush, and ever so gently I'm going to take her ends one section at a time and just steam her ever so gently, just like that. And then I'm going to hold her for a second and let go. And you can already see how it's like giving a new life to the wig, I find. I really do. So I'm just running it down, always keeping it moving, never keeping it in the same spot too long. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing there. You know what, let me lower you. I had to get a better camera tripod. This one doesn't really move. I have to lower it, raise and lower it, and it doesn't really want to work with me. All right, so here we are. And that's all I'm doing. Just section at a time. You can literally see the steam just, I don't know what the word is, just making the fibers just curl back up together, close back up together, not be so all over the place, worn. It's just, they're just knitting back together, I guess is the word. You can just see it as you're watching. If you don't have one of these steamers, I highly suggest it. It pays for itself when you can just do this to your wig and make it look new for, you know, more wears. Okay. Now, like I said, it's not the top. It's not up here at all. It's just the bottoms. The bottoms need a little bit of, just a little bit of help. Make sure, you know, you need to refiber together, or I don't know what the word is, but the steamer really does it. It just makes them bounce back. Bounce back to when you opened that box and you first looked at them and you're like, oh, isn't she beautiful? And this does wonders. And let's do the side. Like I said, the sides is where I noticed it really having a hard time bouncing back. I would brush them or comb them, and it just seemed like that's where. And I use the silicone. I do use the silicone mixed with water, you know, to try and almost every wear, after every wear, to try and get her to, you know, not be so bird nesty or bushy, and it just wasn't working. So that's when I figured it needed an overhaul. So okay, so I'm basically done the ends. I'm just going to go up and down the sides of the wig just to do an overhaul on all of it. And I think she looks pretty good. She's done. That quick, and she's done. And like I said, if you could see the ends, then what I might do is let me turn her inside out into the inside. Well, I'll just hold her. Let me just hold her. And I'll show you where to do the inside. I'm just going to go down. Just to get all the ends. Okay, let me turn her off. And the next thing I want to talk about is how you put them on a wig stand. I'm going to put her on the wig stand very carefully because of the lace front. If you put her on the wig stand with the lace laying over one of the legs of the rack, it's going to leave an indentation. You're going to have your lace raised up to a point in that center. So I always make sure that I put it on so the lace is in between the two leg prongs. So that's something just to keep an eye on when you're putting your wigs away. So, okay, so there is Fashion Fever ready. As soon as she's dry, she'll be ready for another lots of wears. And I will keep my diary on her, my journal of how many wears I've gotten out of her and when's the next time she's going to need a bath. And I will sure let you know. Like I said, I'm very happy with what I've gotten out of her so far for a $40 wig, and the quality that I did purchase. Like I said, you can always get them. You can get her for about $99, and I am very happy with the quality of Fashion Fever. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this little video. It was just a little one just to show you what I do. I always forget to document these things when I'm doing them. I come home from work and I usually maybe once or twice a week take one of the wigs that needs a bath or whatever, and sometimes I even have a bath day where I do a bunch of them together. But now, since I've been keeping my journals, now I'm pretty much on par with when I know how many hours I've worn and what needs to be done now. You know, like I can visually look at it and say, okay, it's been a few weeks since you've had a bath. Now I got to do you, because I do change them out every day, and so sometimes you just get lost in what wig you wore what day. So this just helps me keep everything documented, and I know. And all right, well, that's it. Thank you very much for stopping by. Have a great night. Please give me some comments. Let me know. Is there tricks that you have to your wigs and what you do when you have to give them some TLC to revitalize them for the next 180 hours? Like I said, I have gotten so many compliments on Fashion Fever, and she's one of my favorites that I do like to wear her a lot. So she has gotten a lot of wear. Anyway, all right, well, with that, I'm going to say goodbye. Have a nice night. God bless. And until next time, see you later. And I think I finally got this thing. I got this thing to turn you on. Now I'm going to turn you off. Bye.